I'd like to say I've enjoyed doing the Wandle Vistas project. I think for me it's given the opportunity to see the Wandle Valley in a different sort of way.
The array of different vistas that we have in the Wandle Valley give you a really good perspective on the landform and the topography that's been shaped by the river over the millennia.
The Wandle Valley's got an incredible amount of history, even if you can't see some of that past history. If you go to these viewpoints and look out at what you can see, you'll see things that will probably not be there in 20 years' time. What you're looking at is in effect a tableau which will keep changing.
I really enjoy standing at the Wandle Delta where the river meets the Thames. It feels both like an end and a beginning. It's the end of our little Wandle as it flows into the Thames, but it's also the beginning for many people as they might walk off the Thames Path or cycle off the Thames Path up the Wandle Trail. It used to be a bustling industrial area full of factories and wharves where the sailing ships were tied up. And now it's being modernised into residential buildings with a waterfront view. But you can still see traces of the area's industrial past. And although the setting is changing quickly, and actually is going to continue to change, the frame of the River Wandle joining the Thames will remain a constant in this view.
Mitcham Common was originally part of the terraces of the Wandle, and they were excavated, gravel was one, some debris was introduced and covered over, and the hills produced were rather crude and very intrusive, but they are beginning to mellow a bit. I hadn't realised till I went up there how many trees there are in Mitcham, but it's a wonderfully green place. You feel as though you're almost in the depths of the country, but with signs of habitation round the edge. I think Mitcham Common is incredibly important.
But also more interesting, some of the ones from the car parks. It just shows that you can see a vista anywhere, really.
But I was very pleased to see that more and more Wimbledon Park is being recognised as a Wandle-connected asset.
I think Pollard's Hill, is my favourite one to find out about, yes.
Vistas in the depth of the countryside, of course they're important, but when you get a vista on people's doorsteps and they see it every day in every season of the year, it colours their life.
I did grow up about 5 minutes walk from the park, and I played in it as a child. It's just so quiet up there, although you can hear all the sounds down in the valley, odd sounds of cars and people working on houses and that. It's like being on top of the world.
I think it's one of those places where you're driving on the Pearly Way, and most people don't realise that they can get off and actually go on the top of the open space and actually look and see the wonderful London landscape.
If you walk to one end, you can see Croydon town centre. You can see the two chimneys at IKEA, which survived from a power station. It was a huge power station with cooling towers. They've all gone. So again, that shows you the change that can happen in a view over quite a short space of time.
Quite amazing looking out at the city from Addington Hills and seeing all the glistening buildings of Canary Wharf and the city at Bank shining along the northern skyline.
To go and stand at these vista points is in effect being able to look over the history of the last 200 years of how the Wandle Valley developed.